playing some more MTGO Vintage. And as you know, I'm going to be playing Dredge because that is all the hype right now in this channel. We're going to go ahead and mulligan this. We need a Bazaar Baghdad. Oh, we got two Bazaar Bagdads here. Yeah, that's a keep. Let's keep both Bazaars. And, oof, you know what? I kind of want to keep the Narco and the Force and the Grief and a black card and two Bazaars. So let's just get rid of, like, I don't really want to get rid of Golgari Thug, but we are going to pitch one of these cards anyway. And so it doesn't really matter too much. Let's go ahead and pitch to Grief. And we're going to go ahead and Grief our opponent here. They're on Lurrus, presumably, yeah. So this shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll be able to hit one of their cards. And then if they try to stop us, we can force their force. Yeah, let's force their force and see what happens. They're probably going to either... they're going to let this resolve, I would imagine. Let's go ahead and just yield. See what their hand is. All right, so... obviously, we grab Ancestral Recall here. It's like a no-brainer. And then they've got Stock Up, Urza Saga, Mox Pearl, Scalding Tarn. Let's go ahead and play our Bazaar. I would love to activate this now, but there's not really any point. The only thing that would do is make us, like, discard our Bazaar Baghdad, our second one, and I don't really want to discard my second Bazaar Baghdad. So we're going to wait until my turn to play the second Bazaar, and then we're just going to go double duty here. The only exception is if they make us discard the Bazaar, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so they got rid of... we know that they have Stock Up and Scalding Tarn and one Unknown. We're going to go ahead and go to our main phase. Let's go ahead and play our second Bazaar. Activate. Discard our hand. And we should be able to just activate this again. Discard. Oh, nice. That was a hit and a half. We got Golgari Grave Troll and Icarid. So what we'll do is we'll activate Icarid on our upkeep, and then we can just, like, dredge a bunch of times, which is going to be really nice. We'll get Prize Amalgam triggered, and then we'll do a lot of stuff here. Golgari Grave Troll is the card to put in to find, basically, with Bazaar. So I'm not too worried about this game. I mean, they're going to be able to stock up here, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Time Walk. Okay, that's a little scary. We know they still have the stock up. And hopefully we can get a turn to untap here. We need at least, like, 2 turns. But they are a Lurrus deck. They're more control-y, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a hassle for us to say, give us the turn. The only exception is if they end up with, like, a Tinker Key combo. All right, Soul Guide Lantern. That's going to be not ideal. They're probably going to get rid of the Golgari Grave Troll, I would imagine. Yeah. All right, well, that's unfortunate. But we have double Bazaar here, so we should still be okay. Let's see what they end up doing here. I think we're still in a winning spot, even though our Golgari Grave Troll is gone. Let's see what they do here. I am hopeful. The problem is they've gotten, like, way too many turns. They time walked last turn, so... all right, so they're going to stock up here. Let's see if they hit a land or a Mox. We already got rid of their Ancestral Recall, so there's not a whole lot. I mean, that's power, basically. Mana Crypt is power. And Mox Sapphire is real power. That was probably their third best power. All right, and then they got Lurrus. And is that their turn? I think they're going to want to... yeah, I was going to say they're going to want to exile my graveyard. So let's go ahead and on our upkeep, we're just gonna Bazaar here twice, I think. Okay, and then let's just Bazaar again. Yeah, a little unfortunate, but what can you do? Yeah, I almost forgot about the ability of Soul Guide Lantern to actually exile my graveyard. That's okay though. I think we're still gonna be okay. I mean, they're losing to their crypt. They got 4 cards in hand. I think they're probably on Tinker Vault, but I'm not. Oh no, they're yeah, they could still be on Tinker Vault. All right, so let's see. So they're gonna go Lurrus. Oh, and then they're gonna cast their stuff from their graveyard. We should still be okay though, because this is just gonna exile our graveyard every turn. But I think we should still be okay. They got rid of 2 prize amalgams. We can. I'll tell you what we can do. We can just go like Hollow One next turn. Let's go ahead and put. I don't know. Actually, I think we just sit steady here. Okay, Chalice is very good, but we don't have the mana to put this on 0 on 1 for the Soul Guide. So, uh, we could Noxus Revival, Bazaar. No, that wouldn't work. All right, let's just Bazaar. Okay, that's good. That's at least something we can do. Hold on. All right, and then we're just gonna cast Hollow One here. So now we have an actual threat. Let's see if they want to do anything here. They might crack Soulgine in response. All right, let's just Dredge here. Let's see what happens. Maybe we can get a Creeping Chill. Okay, that's actually not bad. We'll discard these 3. We'll get a Narco Trigger. So now we have 5 power on the field. So that was definitely worth it in my opinion. We still have 33 cards in the deck, so we should be okay. And they've got a mana crypt, so I think we're looking pretty good here. Because they're gonna eventually lose life to their crypt. And we have a blocker for Lurrus. I mean, they can keep casting Soul Guide Lantern, but as long as we like put pressure on their life total, I think we should still be fine. It is a tough call though, I will say. All right, so they got Paradoxical Outcome. All right, now I'm thinking we're probably gonna lose, but we'll see. Because like even though, all right, yeah, that's pretty good. We might be out of this game now. Let's see. Yeah, having them take game 1 is a problem for sure. Black Lotus, okay. If we can get like a good Dredge in the graveyard and then like Bazaar again, then we'd be solid. They have to target something, huh? Interesting. So let's see what they end up doing here. We could tap Bazaar, get a Dredge in the graveyard, and then they might have to just like crack Soul Guide in response to something. We'll see. Oh, is this gonna get? This is gonna get like Ancestral Recalled. No. Yeah. That is a problem. Should I concede? They've got 5 cards in hand. They've got all their mocks. They got Lurrus. I'm wondering if it's worth it to concede at this point. Probably, right? Are we gonna beat Soul Guide Lantern? Wait, where's their Soul Guide Lantern? Oh yeah, it's still on the battlefield. I think I'm good to concede now because they've got 12 cards in hand. Yeah, let's concede. Let's move on to game 2. Let's go ahead and bring out... Oh, see, so Force of Vigor isn't going to be really good against Soul Guide Lantern because they can always just crack it in response. But Force Negation is also very powerful. Leyline of the Void actually wouldn't be terrible against like a deck that also relies on their graveyard a little bit. That is interesting. I could bring in Leyline of the Void just because that helps with their stopping them from their graveyard. Okay, I'm all for this. That might be more useful than Force of Vigor, honestly. I still think we should bring in Force of Vigor. And we could bring in some Sickening Shoals too, like maybe just a couple. And I think that Chalice is still good. Yeah, Chalice is still fine. Let's go ahead and go down to like 3 Icarids. Let's cut a couple of Serum Powders here. I think we should be okay. Cut down a couple of Shambling Shells. Get rid of Jataxian Pro, Mental Misstep. Maybe cut down on a couple of Noxious Revivals. We definitely still want Creeping Chill. I guess we could cut Chalice. Let's go down to 2 Silver Smotes, and we might as well just cut like another Shambling Shell. And 61 cards, is that good? Let's go down to like 1 Sickening Shoal. I think that should be good. We don't want to like go too crazy on the sideboard, but we kind of did. All right, this is not keepable. I'm gonna have to mulligan this. This is also a mulligan. We're gonna powder. Put down. We'll put. Let's put Hollow 1 in the graveyard in the library. All right, this is a keep. Absolutely. And then we're gonna Leyline of the Void here. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go main phase, Bazaar, activate Bazaar. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. All right, and then let's go ahead and grief them. We have 3 Stinkweed Imps in the graveyard. All right, so they're going to force this, which is fine. We're just going to go ahead and pass. And yeah, they don't get a graveyard, so that's kind of nice. It's definitely a step up from the last game. I think Leyline of the Void is actually very strong in this matchup because them not having a graveyard means they just can't cast anything from their graveyard off of Lurrus. So Lurrus is basically just a 3/2 lifelinker. All right, that's fine. I don't care too much about that. And the other thing is that like they can't even cast Ancestral Recall from their Snapcaster Mage. So this is actually a really good card. Leyline of the Void was the right decision here. I'm learning something because I never know what to bring in. Like also Soul Guide Lantern, they can't really like recast the Soul Guide Lantern from their graveyard either. So it was the perfect sideboard card. So now like they can't recast Soul Guide Lantern either. This was beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. I have no complaints about this. All right, let's just activate Bazaar. Yeah, we're gonna have to discard all this. It's fine. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and cast this Hollow One. Oh no, I forgot about the Vexing Bauble. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We should still be okay. I messed up. I should have just played the second Bazaar. But having two Bazaars last game didn't really do much for us. We don't have any Dredgers though, which is a shame. Yeah, I I definitely misplayed, but at the same time I could have I probably would have misplayed anyway. All right, let's just go ahead and activate Bazaar here. All right, we just need like a good Dredger and we'll be fine. If we can get like, I don't know, just one good Dredge, we should be fine. I mean, they've got 3 cards in hand, so what can they possibly have? I guess they could play Paradoxical Outcome, and that would be like the best card that they could see. Oh, they have it. Yeah, they definitely have it. Oh, Stock Up. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't mind Stock Up too much. It's Paradoxical Outcome that I would be more scared of, although Stock Up does find them more cards. Thundertrap Trainer, sure. Alright, now we really need to find something to do. Probably should have played the second Bazaar. I don't know if we can win this game anymore, but we'll see. They haven't really expressed a win condition yet. I mean, Thundertrap Trainer is a start. Flame of Venor. That's not going to stop Leyline of the Void. So we should still be fine. That does stop Hollow One. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and activate Bazaar here. Ugh, still no Dredger. Really annoying. Oh, yes. Please. All right. We're back online. I mean, eventually one of these days we're going to find something with Dredge, right? One of these days we will. I mean, we also have a... They're also losing life to Mana Vault, so I don't mind that. But yeah, it's safe to say Hollow One is pretty much not really a viable option here. But we really need like a Dredger. Because if we can Dredge, we can get Creeping Chill in the graveyard. Alright, so they can't cast that. Let's just activate Bazaar in response. I don't know. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Alright, hopefully they don't have anything that'll hit my graveyard. Alright, cool. So now we can do some real good stuff here. We're going to replace Golgari Thug. And this one. Discard both of these. And let's do this. Let's actually respond to this with another Dredge. So we're going to go 2 Golgari Thugs. And then we're going to discard 3. Yes. And then we're just going to yield to all of this. Yes. I'm going to yield to all of this. And this is going to activate Silver Smoke Ghoul Tool, which is nice. And then we're just going to go Stinkweed Imp. And yeah, we should be pretty good now. We should be pretty active. Yeah, this should be good. This is looking real good here. A lot of clicking here. Yeah, that's what happens when you sign up for Dredge. You get to resolve a lot of triggers. All right, now we have an army. Swords of Plowshares doesn't do anything here. Yeah, Swords of Plowshares doesn't do anything. They're going to lose life here. They've got a paradoxical outcome, so they could still win the game, which would be very unfortunate, seeing as we were just popping off. But yeah, they could easily go like paradoxical outcome. Oh, Flame of North, sure. That I don't care too much about. If they're gonna use resources on my resources, then I'm already winning. And they don't have a graveyard, so they can't recur anything. Oof, Leyline of the Void is all-star. Complete all-star. Alright. Now let's go ahead and activate Bizarre in response to these. Let's go ahead and get Golgari Thug. Golgari Thug. Discard all these. And we're just going to go ahead and dredge up again. Oh, we have to be careful because we might deck out here. So let's go ahead and let's just be very careful and let's go Shambling Shell. Wait, did we just lose? Let's just draw a card. Okay. I was like, we don't have to dredge anymore. Because now we only have 3 cards in our library. So we have to be very careful now. Let's go ahead and exile Grief. And let's go ahead and... we should still be okay here, I think. Let's exile another Grief. And yeah, let's stop activating Bizarre Baghdad's. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to draw for turn. Let's go ahead and go to let's go to combat. See what they got here. Let's just attack with everything. Okay, Source of Plowshares is fine. I think we're still good here. They are going to still survive, but like not for long, right? All right. We got another Prize Amalgam. And yeah, this should be pretty good. I think we got ourselves a game, but it's too early to call it because they can still win on their turn. That's the problem with Paradoxical Outcome, is they can always just win out of nowhere. And they have 4 cards, so it doesn't take very much. They got the Paradoxical Outcome, I know that much. So let's see what they end up doing here. They're going to cast the... this has got to be... yeah, they're going to cast the Paradoxical Outcome. They're going to draw 3 cards, play a land, and we'll see what they do. They got 10 cards in hand, so I'm not... I really think they could still win this. But we do have a Leyline still, which is actually hurting them a lot. I don't know how much it's going to hurt them when they have 8 cards in hand, though. So that's the only thing. All right, so they have access to 5 mana. 3 life. Okay, so it's either win now or lose, basically. I think they've cast their Ancestral Recall already. Is this a time lock? They could time lock, they could recall, they could Black Lotus. I think they... No, I think they already used their Black Lotus. Yeah. Alright, Stock Up is a good card to see. That means they have... Still have 2 mana. Okay, cool. So we go to sideboard, we go to game 3. Leyline of the Void, absolute all-star. We're going to keep the Chalice. I think we had a pretty decent run. Let's bring in another Mindbreak Trap, because I think that's a really important card to have in this matchup. And I think we can probably cut a Force Negation if we're going to do that. And I don't know if we need the Sickening Shoal. So I think we can cut the Sickening Shoal and bring in like... let's see. I think we could use more Dredgers. So let's bring in a Shambling Shoal. I think we just need another Dredger. Alright, let's give it a shot here. Just because having like... We do see a lot of Bazaar. We've been seeing a lot of Bazaars this matchup. Not that that like means anything, but it's still pretty important to know that like we could be getting multiple Bazaars here. Alright, so this is a keep. We're going to put Leyline of the Void in play. Very solid hand. We get to keep a Bazaar hand. We've got Mindbreak Trap, and we've got Golgari Grave Troll. I would like to keep the Golgari Grave Troll if that's possible. Ooh, we might have to use it though. Okay, that's fine, because we can go double. Yeah, I think we have to use Force of Vigor here. We're gonna have to. Yeah. there was like no option there. All right, well, you know, we can go... Let's go Grief. Let's Grief it up. Let's go Grief, and let's exile Silver Smote. I think this is good. I think these are good plays, but I don't know for sure. Lavinia. I don't care too much about Lavinia. Source of Plowshares I don't care too much about. Also, I don't care too much about Force of Will, honestly. So I think we can probably just get rid of the threat. This doesn't actually do much against me. The Source of Plowshares hurts a little bit. But we're not really going to be casting too many things. Let's still get rid of the threat. I think that's still pretty important. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and see what we got here. We can still... We could still find a hollow one. Alright, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and discard all of these. No Dredger in the graveyard, unfortunately, but it was worth it to get rid of the Soul Guide Lantern. Because now we have an Icarid that we can use. And yeah, this is pretty solid. I'm going to actually just let this happen. Going to activate with Grief. Hollow one. Yes, that's good. Let's go ahead and attack. They're probably going to want to Swords this. I don't see why they wouldn't Swords this. Because it'll come back from the graveyard like every turn. Alright, let's go ahead and activate Bazaar. Ooh. Alright, well, I do like a second Bazaar, but I think that having a hollow one is still stronger. And yeah, this is pretty solid. All around solid plays. They're going to force this, which is fine. That's fine. They're at one card. We're at 0. Actually, we're virtually at 7 cards, to be honest with you. Because our graveyard is literally our hand. I mean, I guess you could say the Bazaar doesn't really count. But yeah, let's go ahead and Dredge here. And yeah, this is going to be solid. Going to discard this, discard these two. And then we're going to dredge one more time. Yes, please. I'm going to go ahead and creeping chill here. And we got nothing else to do here, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to bring back the Silver Smoke Ghoul, which is nice. And I think that's about it. Oh, they have a response? Sure. Let's see what their response is. A Meticulous Archive. Not too worrisome. Mana Crypt? Sure. That just brings them closer to 0 life. Stock Up, yeah, that's a good card. So now we've seen all their reveals. We can kind of get rid of all this. We know they have a Lurrus. So what we can do next turn is we can just Bazaar on our upkeep and just go from there. I'm not too worried about finding, like, we could find a hollow one again, but I mean, we'll see what they do. Right now we're in a winning position, but I mean, they did just stock up. All right, so they definitely wanted to see another land. This could be a Lavinia, or okay, they're just gonna pass the turn. That's fine. Maybe they have some sort of counter spell. I don't know. Let's go ahead and dredge here. Golgari Thug. Oh yes. And then we're just gonna discard these 3. Yes, we're gonna use Creeping Chill. And then we're gonna use Stinkweed Imp here. Oh, this is so good. All right, we're just going to attack. This wasn't as good of a turn because we don't have much else to do, really. But it's still pretty nice. You know, we can still do a lot of stuff here. They're at 5, so we do have lethal on board. And if they lose their coin flip, then we're definitely going to be in a good spot. But, you know, it all depends. All right, so they lost their coin flip. So now it is a matter of, do we win or do we lose? Stock up. They could find Time Walk. They could find... I think we got rid of their recall. They still have recall. So they could recall, they could Time Walk, they could Black Lotus. Those are the 3 things we don't want to see. Anything else? Like even like a... Yeah, I mean, even like another Lantern I wouldn't care about. Okay, Black Lotus is not what I wanted to see. Let's see what they do here. Another stock up, sure. That I'm not too worried about. They have 1 card. They're gonna see 2. They're gonna see 5 cards. So, I mean, they don't have the mana to Paradoxical Outcome, unless they, yeah, even if they have a Soul Ring, that's not gonna be enough. So we'll see what they do here. Do we win the match? Not yet. This is a recall, right? Oh, Soul Guy Lantern. I don't, like I said, I don't care about Soul Guy Lantern. Yeah, I really could care less about that at this point. Because, all right, that's even better. So what's their last card in hand? Because if they, depending on what their last card in hand is, oh, is it a recall? No? Oh, Thunder Trap. Okay, yeah, I think we just win the game now. Because that doesn't have flying. The only thing they can find, yeah, okay, cool. Well, GG's, there you have it, folks. Dredge, after losing game 1, game 1 is like one of the most important games because you really have to be ahead to Dredge. And yeah, we're 1-1 in this league. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.